Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mike, and wanted to record a quick video about like my thoughts on how people respond to external things. So society programs us and conditions us to be dependent on it. Okay, and one of the things that we were conditioned to really be dependent on is acceptance. Ever since we were young, we were conditioned to be accepted. In school, we wanted to be accepted into the next grade. Within friends, we wanted to be accepted into a particular environment. We graduate high school, we want to be accepted into college. We want to be accepted on the sports team. Like, we've always wanted to be accepted, even from creating all of the awards. We want to be nominated, we want to be accepted. And what happens after a while is like we're groomed to sort of enable that kind of fuels us to a certain extent. But some people respond to that differently, depending on what their upbringing is, and depending on how that response was nurtured. Everybody responds to it differently. Some people respond to it from a standpoint of, I'm gonna prove them wrong. And, or some people respond to it by saying, I'm gonna make people proud. But when people say certain things like that, what they're really saying is their energy and what they're perceiving as their results is extrinsic. It's outside of themselves. It's not based on something internal. It is based on how others are perceiving their level of results or their level of success. And we sort of bring that through fruition in many ways. Like some of us, when we used to have jobs, or some of us when we have jobs, we exert a certain amount of energy, again, to be accepted. I remember when I used to work at actually every job I had, I remember I used to do little things, little subconscious things, like I would walk through the hallway with a notepad, to look a little bit more busy, and the reason why was because if you walk faster, people think you're doing something. Your manager looks at you and says, oh my gosh, Mike's doing it, right? Or you're at your desk and you're looking like you're diligent in your work, and again, it makes you look a certain way, and you're thinking that outside perception is gonna grade you and accept you more, and I want to say that's not how it works in entrepreneurship, okay? In entrepreneurship, in business ownership, that is not how it works. You can't start a business to prove somebody wrong. You can't start a business to make somebody proud. You can't do anything and have a satisfying entrepreneurial career if your aspiration is to satisfy something outside of yourself. You have to have a purpose. You must be serving something outside of yourself, but what you're intrinsically doing is satisfying something within yourself, and what's within yourself is your desire to serve a particular community, serve a particular audience, serve a particular target, but it has to be internal. So some of my coaching clients, they've said some statements like, hey, I want to prove somebody wrong, or I want to make somebody proud, or man, yeah, I really want to get nominated for blah, blah, blah. And again, like, the reason why that's a bad thing is because it puts a lot of dependence on something outside of yourself, and leading it right back to what I started, speaking to when it comes to society and us being dependent on certain things. We were always groomed to need to be dependent on something external. And that's something that we all have to somewhat unlearn. We have to unlearn that in order to be able to have a certain level of self-actualization, to say, hey, like, I'm doing this entrepreneurial thing because I authentically like to do this. I authentically like to solve this problem, or I authentically like to serve this audience. And then what happens is, like, your day-to-day and how you work and how you operate is less, you know, it's less polar, you know, it's less polar in terms of, you know, what you were invited to, what you were nominated for, who said something positive or negative about your career, you know, who believes in me. You know, those are all things that can sway you if your aspiration is to satisfy someone outside of yourself. All right. So, I really felt I had to make this video, because there are some people that I'm going to send this video to directly, because I believe that their narrative isn't going to serve them or the people that they want to be able to help, you know, ultimately in their entrepreneurial career. And, you know, I would hate for people to continue to perpetuate this whole, you know, extrinsic pursuit to satisfy people, and then basing their career off of everything outside of themselves. It will hurt. It hurts you. It hurts you. It doesn't even hurt the people that you're trying to impress or to sway or to move. It doesn't even hurt them. The only person it hurts is you. All right. So I hope some people got something out of this. Let me know if you have any questions. I do my best. I mean, some of the things that I speak to, that doesn't mean that I am not like I'm immune to it. Doesn't mean I'm immune to it, because there's plenty of things that I've done that I've had like sort of extrinsic or outside influences on. But again, like, if you do want to have a certain level of persistence and grit to this thing, like, a lot of it is internal. All right. So hope you guys got a good message. Let me know if you have any questions, and have a great day.